Okay. All right. Now we have for our second speech, we'll have Mary Lee. She'll be speaking from the Advanced Communication Series Manual, Specialty Speeches. Mary Lee will be giving a 5 to 7 minute speech to uplift the spirit. The title of Mary Lee's speech is Your Golden Attitude. Don't leave home without it. The topic of a positive attitude is one that, as Toastmasters, we have heard a lot about. Tonight, our speaker will draw on cartoons, quotes, and personal experiences. We'll learn how to reduce headaches, clean up our most valuable real estate, and how to maintain a healthy perspective from which to view our life. By now, most of us know Mary Lee has a master's in psychology, holds a distinguished Toastmasters ranking, and is a docent at the Heard Museum. These accomplishments are simply the background in her life, much like wallpaper. What you don't know about her is she has actually used the ideas she will be sharing with us tonight to graduate from college at 20, to fly into the Soviet Union without a passport, and 3, hike the tallest peak and the lowest trails in Arizona. You'll want to listen carefully as Mary Lee tells us more about your golden attitude. Please help us welcome Mary Lee Madison.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
And welcome guests. We're really glad you're with us. How many of us this morning waked up and said, "Good morning, Lord"? Or did we wake up and say, "Oh, good Lord, it's morning"? Very often the words we use to greet the day will determine the kind of experiences we'll have the rest of the day. Actually, we live in such a sea of negativity. We live in such a sea of negativity that 50% of the headaches you get aren't yours. They belong to somebody else. So the next time you get a headache, look around and see whose headache you got. Give it back. You don't need that. Absolutely. When we're talking about positive attitudes today, and when the positive attitudes reach the cartoons, we know this is important stuff we're talking about. Here is Peanuts, good old Charlie Brown. It's spring training season in Phoenix, and so this is about baseball. Charlie Brown is on the pitcher's mound. He pitches a ball, and he says, "A pop fly, I got it. It's mine, it's all mine. If I catch this ball, we'll win our first game of the season. Please let me catch it, please let me be the hero. Please let me catch it, please, please." On the other hand, do I deserve to be a hero? The kid who hit this doesn't want to be a coach. Is a baseball game really that important? Lots of kids all over the world never heard of baseball. Lots of kids don't get a place to play or a place to sleep, or plop, the ball falls right between his legs. So here comes the catcher. "Charlie Brown, how could you miss such an easy pop fly?" And he says, "I prayed myself out of it." How many of us pray ourselves out of jobs, out of promotions, out of opportunities, business opportunities? Absolutely, by the words we use. And as we look around us, we have to be aware of what is around us, what we surround ourselves with. This is a sign, this little sign I picked up it was on a woman's right over her computer, and it said, "I must be a mushroom. They keep me in the dark and feed me bullshit." Now, that's not my words, it's printed here. Somebody calligraphed it. Somebody spent some time calligraphing it. She bought it. She hung it up over her computer where she could see it all the time. And yes, I know the office she worked in, and that's probably true. But for her to remind herself of this every single day, every time she looked up, every time she sat at her computer, only increases the negativity with which she regards herself and how others continue to keep her in the dark. Here's a car in a parking lot. I took a picture. It was so incredible. I took pictures of all of these bumper stickers on the car. I may be getting older, but I refuse to grow up. Welcome to Arizona, now go home. I was getting ahead in the rat race, but then they invented faster rats. I owe, so it's off to work I go. Whip me, beat me, make me write bad checks. This is a van, and in the window is a for sale sign. And it's got a bumper that's all crunched up. Now, is that the van you want to park your Mercedes next to in the parking lot? No. And what kind of negativity is that person, that van inviting? Do you think anybody wants to buy that van? Probably not. Now here's a card. Attitudes are everywhere. I took this off my mother's refrigerator. Avenge yourself. Live long enough to be a problem to your children. Well, she did live a long time. She died on her 99th birthday.
Wow.
And however, she was never a problem to us. But she did create for herself longevity using this and many other positive traits. So, you see, if we look around, if we watch the news every day, the news is the most negative news in the world. And I'm always convinced that if news is really bad enough, someone will call you and tell you about it. So we don't even need to watch the news. Because even the weather reports are presented as if they're negative. We're sunny tomorrow, it's negativity, we're going to have 10% chance of rain. In Phoenix, that's absolutely positively overwhelmingly optimistic. We're going to have a 10% chance of rain tomorrow. That's wonderful. We live in the Sonoran Desert where we get 7 inches of rain a year. That's the definition of the Sonoran Desert. We want that 10% chance of rain. That would be positive, but it's presented in a negative way. Here is Scott Mamadei, a Kiowa Indian. A word has power in and of itself. It comes from nothing into sound and meaning. It gives origin to all things. By means of words can a man deal with the world on equal terms, and the word is sacred. So the words we use and the words we surround ourselves with, we must be very careful. Our most valuable real estate is what we surround ourselves with. Our most valuable real estate is the bathroom mirror. So what's on our bathroom mirror? Or on our refrigerator door? What is on there? Cute little sayings, or cute little napkins that say something about it must be 5 o'clock somewhere with a martini on it. Is that what drives us? Is that the best use of our most valuable real estate? So look around, improve our valuable real estate, improve your valuable real estate, and our golden attitude, don't leave home without it. It's not the American Express card, it's not SP 57, and it is not breath mints. Your golden attitude is what you don't leave home without. Mr. Toastmaster.